Welcome to a beginner's guide to Microsoft Excel. In this video, I'm going to show you most of the basics that you need to know in order to get started with Excel. I'll be using Microsoft Excel 2016. I recommend you to download the same version. However, if you're using a different version, you won't have any difficulties following through this tutorial. I'll leave a link in the description to download the version of Excel that I'm using. So guys, my name is Stanley Madzi from Go Digital Malawi. I'm a web developer, data analyst, and digital marketer. So guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that whenever I produce new content, you should be the first people to know. This is going to help me grow my YouTube channel, which means more good content. So what exactly is Microsoft Excel? Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet developed by Microsoft for Windows, macOS, Android, and iOS. It features calculation or computation capabilities, graphing tools, pivot tables, and a macro programming language called Visual Basic for applications. In short, VBA. Excel forms part of the Microsoft Office suite of software. So you can use Excel to store, organize, and analyze data. In order to get started with Excel, you need to click on the search button right here, and then I'll just search for Excel. So as you can see, this is the Microsoft Excel application. So I'll just click open. So as you can see, when you start Excel, it doesn't automatically open a blank page. Instead, what you see is the Excel's homepage. So this is where you get the opportunity to open an existing spreadsheet. For example, these are the existing spreadsheets, or choose a template. Okay, so there are different types of templates that you can choose from, or you can as well choose a blank workbook. Okay, so as you can see, for easy access, what you can do, you can as well pin a certain Excel workbook for later use. Okay, for example, you can just go on the workbook that you want to pin and then click, and then as you can see, there's an option right here, pin to list. Just click on that, and then that that workbook will be pinned to the list. If you have got internet, thousands of templates that you can choose from, but for the purpose of this tutorial, let us open a blank workbook. Okay, so I'll just click right here, and then as you can see, we are on Excel's main interface. Let us take a quick look around and review some of the most commonly used terminologies in Excel. So actually, an Excel document is referred to as a workbook. A workbook is a spreadsheet that is composed of one or more worksheets. Okay, so by default, a new workbook opens up with a single worksheet, as you can see. So this is a single worksheet, sheet 1. Okay, so there is no another worksheet apart from this sheet 1. Okay? So you can add additional worksheets to the workbook using the plus sign that is right here. Okay, so if I click right here, that means I've opened up another worksheet. Okay, so I can add as many worksheets as I want, depending on the the type of work or the type of data that I want to analyze. Okay, so you can as well name each and every worksheet. You can give it its unique name. For example, just by double clicking on a sheet 1, the text sheet 1 has been highlighted, and then if I just type home right here, that means I have successfully changed the name for that worksheet. So you can do the same for the other worksheets. Okay, so I can just type this one, low data. As you can see, we can as well delete a worksheet if you don't want it. So I can just go on that specific worksheet that I want to delete, and then click on it, and then as you can see, there are several options right here. So there is this option to delete. So I'll just click right here, delete, and then I will just delete all the worksheets that I don't want to use. Worksheets can be deeply connected with one another. For example, sheet 1 can store data on sheet 2 for a calculation. Okay, so for example, we have renamed this one was sheet 1, this one was sheet 2, but we have just renamed them. We can have data in this worksheet, and then we can do the calculations and have the results in the this worksheet. Okay, so for example, let me just enter 2 right here. I'll click on 2, and then I'll go on the other worksheet. So I'll just click here, and then I'll click the equal sign. That is telling Excel that I want to put a formula. So I'll just go back to the other sheet, and then I'll click right here. That means you are telling Excel that I would like to use this number for my calculation. And then you add the plus sign, and then you also add this one. Okay, so I'm telling Excel that I would like to add this number to this number. If I just click enter, the results will go in the other sheet. Now if you look at the spreadsheet, it is entirely composed of a grid of cells. Okay, so these are the cells, the boxes that we are seeing right here. These are what we call the cells. Okay, so each cell has got an identity, okay, or it has got a name, meaning that we can only have for example, the cell that is containing 4 is called C7. Okay, this is the C and this is the the 7. Actually, this is the intersection, the column and the row. Okay, so actually where the column and the row meets, that's where Excel exists. So actually Excel supports a maximum of 1,048,576 rows, and it contains 16,384 columns. Okay, so that is the number of columns and cells that Excel supports. Now let us look at how you navigate in a worksheet. Okay, so if I'm right here, you can just use, for example, your mouse, and then you can move around and click in any cell that you want. Okay, so another way is you can just use the arrows that are on your keyboard, because on your keyboard you have got 4 arrows. We have the up and down arrow, and we have got the left and right arrow. Okay, so if you want to move to the right, you can just click on the right arrow. If you want to move to the left, you can just click on the left arrow. That means you'll be able to move to that direction. If you want to move up, you can equally click on the up arrow. If you want to move down, you can just click on the down arrow. Okay, so alternatively, you can just click the tab button on your keyboard. If I click the tab button, that means I will be moving to the right. If I click enter, that means I'll be moving downwards. Okay, so that is exactly how you can navigate inside the worksheet. So now let us look at the bottom of the screen. On the right side, you see icons to change the view. You can see the print previews of the spreadsheets, or you see the zoom slider right there. Okay, so if I want to zoom in my worksheet, or if I want to zoom out in my worksheet, you can just use these arrows. Okay, now as you can see, also on our left we have a status bar right here. This is what we call the status bar. If I'm on a cell like this, that means it's displaying ready. That is ready to enter some data. So if I just double click, that means I'm inside the cell. So there is a big difference between being on the cell and being inside the cell. Okay, right now I'm on the cell. If I double click, I'm inside the cell. As you can see, there is a cursor there that is blinking. That is signaling us that we can enter some data in that cell. So let us go at the top. As you can see, we have got this is what we call the quick access toolbar, and this is what we call the title bar. So if you name your worksheet, so it is important to always name it and save your file, because the Excel 2016 has got an automatic save option. It is also important that you save it. Okay, for example, if you want to save it, we can just go right here, and then I'll click save right here, and then you're going to choose where you want to save your your workbook. Okay, so I can just click, I want to save it on my desktop, so I'll just click right here on desktop, and then I'll say class workbook 3. Okay, and then I'll just click save. Okay, so as you can see, if we name our workbook and save it, you can see that our title bar has changed. Okay, it has changed from being book 1 to class workbook 3. Okay, now let us look at the tabs that are right here. Okay, so we have different tabs right here. We have the home tab, insert tab, page layout, formulas, data review, and the view. Okay, if you go on the file tab right here, you see that there are also several options right here. There are options to save, as I've already shown you. There are options to print, share, export, and maybe close our workbook. Okay, but let us go back to our workbook or our spreadsheet. Okay, so as you can see, if I click on this tab, a ribbon opens up. Okay, so this is what we call a ribbon. So the whole of this area is what we call a ribbon. So each and every ribbon on each and every tab it is divided into groups. Okay, so what you're seeing right here, these are what we call the groups. Okay, so we have the font group, we have the alignment group, we have the number group, styles group, sales group, and the editing group. Okay, so as you can see on some of the groups that are right here, they have got this button, which I like to call it an expand button. So if I click right here, you see that the group alignment expands up. Okay, so you can get to see a lot of options that falls under, that falls under alignment. Okay, so that is because the space right here is limited. They can't fit each and everything on that space. So let us now look at how to enter data and format cells in Excel. So actually Excel is similar to Word and PowerPoint when it comes to formatting and arranging the contents of cells. Let us go on our home tab. Actually we're already on our home tab right here. So here you get access to a variety of common formatting tools. Okay, for example, we can change the font, we can change actually the font size, we can change the font type right here, just like in the way you do in Word. So you can increase maybe the size. For example, let us type some text right here. So I'll just type, for example, data, and then if I go right here in this cell, I'll just go right here. I can change the font. You see, this is the font name is 28 days later. I can change the size, as you can see. If I'm clicking right here, you can see that text or the font size is increasing. You can as well change the color. You can as well change the background of that cell. Okay, so as you can see right here, it looks like as if it is only the D only that has changed. But I'm going to show you how to to expand